Well, it's been a long time. 6 months to be exact. Not too exact, because it's been slightly longer. We are on chapter 15 of this book. And by the gods, one day, I shall finish this book if it's the last thing I do. Let's do this thing. Ready, go! The Flash! I had forgotten about the Flash! I was so worried about the click of the shutter, I had totally forgotten that my camera had an automatic flash. The instant flash was like white light made Mr. Mortman cry out angrily. Startled, he raised his hand to cover his bulging eyes. I stood frozen in the aisle, frozen by careless, frozen by stupidity. "Who's there?" he growled, still covering his eyes. I realized he hadn't even seen me yet. Those big eyes must have been very sensitive to light. The flash had momentarily blinded him. Right, Snake? I realized, blah blah blah. He let out a monstrous roar that echoed off the four walls of the vast room. Somehow I revived my senses enough to pull myself back out of view. "Who's there?" he repeated, his voice rasping snarl. "You won't get away." I saw him lumbering in my direction. As he lurched towards me, his body swayed awkwardly, and his eyes were still blinded. I gasped in horror. As he approached, he seemed sturdier with each step. His bulging eyes searched the rows of shelves. He was breathing hard, each breath a furious growl. "Who's there? Who's there?" "Get going," I told myself, still gripping the camera in both hands. "Get going, what are you waiting for?" "You won't get away," the monster cried. "Oh yes, I will." He was 3 rows away, his eyes peering down the dark aisles, searching. He hadn't seen me, I knew. The light of the flash had startled him, then blinded him, then startled him, then blinded him, then startled him, and then once more blinded him, and then startled him, and then blinded him. What was I waiting for? He lumbered closer. He was only a row away. "Run!" I ordered my paralyzed legs. "Run! Don't just stand there!" I spun around, clumsily bumping into a shelf of books. Several books tumbled onto the floor. "Run! Don't stop!" It was taking me so long to move. I was so weighed down by my fear. "Run, Lucy! Run! Run! He's right behind you!" Finally, my legs started to cooperate. Holding the camera in one hand, I began to run through the dark aisle towards the back of the room. "You won't get away," the monster bellowed from the next aisle. "I hear you. I know where you are." Uttering an animal cry of terror, I ran blindly to the end of the aisle, turned towards the doorway, and crashed into a row of book carts. The carts topped over, and I fell on top of it. I landed hard on my stomach and knees. The camera bounced from my hand and slid across the floor. "I've got you now," the monster growled, moving quickly from the next aisle. Well, that was a short chapter indeed. Hope that was See you in 6 months.